Alright, coming online, checking for stability. And we have a mission statement today. Oh, that's right too. Make that 2 mission statements today. First of all, I suppose, we are doing some wizard commerce. With every wizard who has not been flagged as useless. Or at least somewhat close to that measure. No. The lag jitter as the world kind of asserts itself is definitely getting to me. Alright, they are kind of spread about. But I think before we go east to the known wizards, including the known one that has the improved green wand, which might be better than my red one that I've been working on all this time, we're going to go north to the new wizards and see if they can teach us anything. Now, you know what? Forget this wand. Give me this one. I've got a long way to go, and I'm not messing with Birch Forest all the way there. Let's just enjoy our own Avatar's Skyway. It was Avatar's, right? Yeah. The Creation Wand. Over there we have the Wizard Tower for... He's marked in black. That's why we don't have his marker. He's got nothing more to teach us. What I should do is probably kill him and blow up his roof. I used to do that. When one of these wizard traders was no longer useful, I would remove them from the map, so I never again got confused and concerned about why I wasn't going to visit them anymore. Kind of like how I've been placing white markers on other places just to indicate that I shouldn't go back there. What the? Why do I keep dropping out of the sky? I keep having these weird little lag hitches, and then just falling to earth. Alright, it's always the northeast one. Iron, don't mind that. Bones, constellation papers, don't need them. And the iron I can just send straight home. It's easier that way. Now we'll just march our way back up into the sky. We're still within the range of the Lucerna ritual, so there shouldn't be any monsters. That Lucerna ritual crystal is insane. Yep. Welcome to the swamp. Nothing here but us pigs. There's not going to be a single hostile spawn anywhere until I hit 1,500 meters from home. Which is just insane. It also might have been wiser to bring the telescope with me, so I could discover Orologium on the go, in the unlikely event it happens to show up. Alright, what do you have? Fire Breath, if I had an Astral Diamond, which I don't. Come on, let's go upstairs. Scoot. Scoot? Irritating old man. Apprentice to Advanced. Detonate. Well, that sounds interesting. And then he's selling an Apprentice Pyromancer wand. Firebomb. I'll take it. I mean, I'm using a fire wand. It sure would be nice to have some fire spells to go with it. Spider Swarm. I think I'll pass on that one. Mostly because it costs gold, and my gold supply is not the greatest. Telekinesis, which we already have. And we're down to a magic missile book. You can have that too. And I will make more. Firebomb, Spider Swarm, Telekinesis, Wand of Embers, which I could make for cheaper than that. Wand of the Pyromancer, and upgraded Fire Wand. We could skip Apprentice tier. I mean, this is the best wand we've found in a while. There may be better options later on down our... But I'm going to go ahead and Buyer's Remorse this one. And that's his last offering. So we're done with this guy. But he still has one more spell in his pocket. I did not want to remove that. I just straight up quick clicked the wrong thing. Alright, I'll make this one green, turn it off, because the last thing he has is that Spider Swarm spell, which is an earth spell. I'll go ahead and slot those two spells in there. And figure out what Detonate does, because we know what Firebomb does. It just throws a Firebomb. Cause an explosion where you are pointing. That's pretty simple, pretty straightforward, pretty dangerous. Guess I'll just stick this in my pocket for now, because we don't have the magic crystals to run it yet. Alright, next candidates. I think we broke into this thing, right? Oh. That's interesting. That tells me that the Aevitas wand actually does conjure blocks. Because Cactus is not allowed... Yeah, I broke into this one. Because Cactus is not allowed to grow adjacent to any blocks. It just instantly breaks, which is the basis of most probably, cactus farms. It's a method I've chosen not to use in the past because when you need cactus, I'd rather just go pull a lever and harvest and replant some than have a constant inflow of cactus all the time and have to deal with the overage. Although I have happily used those sorts of cactus farms on servers that had an economy. Just infinite cactus generators, and then I take them back to spawn and sell them for server currency. It's a lot of rock crystal. I don't think I need any more rock crystal. Oh, look. Over there in the distance we have husks and creepers spawning. There's a zombie. Oh yeah, I'm just past the 1500 meter edge. So now the enemies are just beginning to spawn with a vengeance. They are done being suppressed. Alright, you are an Earth Mage. Apprentice Earth Wand, Leap. Spider Swarm again, but for emeralds this time. Having bought Spider Swarm for emeralds, the green wizard is now a black wizard marker. He has nothing further to offer us. Dart we have. So why don't you take one of my zillion magic missile books? We can maybe talk about building my crystal stock back up after making all those magic missile books. We're upcycling. I'm functionally trading a book for a single magic crystal. dart. Ooh. I'm gonna need some of those. You just got yourself upgraded to a permanent fixture. The attunement upgrade means that wands can go from 5 slots higher. The problem, again, is that they're charging gold. I don't have nearly enough gold to buy a ton of these. If only I had a way to farm more stupid amounts of gold. Quite possibly hunting pigs in the Nether. Which is already on our to-do list, so that's convenient. Earth Hat Mine, Silverfish Swarm. Fangs. And a cooldown upgrade. You are very multi-talented, aren't you? I don't think I have another cooldown. Yeah, I have a Duration Wizard, a Condenser Wizard, but this is the first guy who's got Attunement and cooldown. You, sir, will feature prominently in future efforts. But that is the last thing you have to offer. So we will write you off for now and continue the journey. The sun is still rising. There could still be an eclipse. It usually happens around noon, if and when it happens. Nope. This is the wizard where I kept falling down the stairs. Another Earth Mage. Forest of Thorns. Mine. Glide. Is Glide like a temporary Elytra status effect? Alright, keep an eye on my clock. Need to check the state of the sun. That does not look like there's going to be an eclipse today. It definitely would have happened by now. So I'm not going to have to worry about missing Orologium tonight. The Scroll of ID. Otherwise, freeze, snare, and we already have glide. Is the Scroll of ID the last thing on your list? No. Tome of Arcana Master. We're still unlocking things from this guy. Wand of the Forest. Which, again, base level novice wands are cheaper to make than to buy. Storage upgrade. You just became a permanent marker as well. Wait a minute. I chose to close and not save the change. And duration upgrade. Wand upgrades are very rare, so I have to mark where they happen. And the duration upgrade is his last offering. I don't remember where I got the blast upgrade. I might have found that one. Because I don't seem to have blast in my wizard list. But that is all well and fine. This wizard is done. We have more wizards to harass. Oh, this guy wasn't even on the list. That's another Astral Sorcery Desert Shrine. He makes good wizard noises. Let's see what you have to offer. You are a bog standard wizard. Levitation. Apprentice Sorcerer. This is another one that it's the same one that I refused to buy earlier. And I really should have, but now I have an even more powerful fire wand, so it no longer matters. Honestly, though, I would definitely rather have a very powerful ice wand. Fire is good against players because being on fire is bad. Fire is worse against monsters because, as mentioned previously, if a monster dies to fire, or to anything other than specifically weapon damage, looting doesn't apply. Even and especially if you applied the fire. But ice applies slow and freeze and is pretty funny for locking down single or groups of monsters. Scroll of ID, Evade, Wand of Frost. That is... I think that's the novice version. Apprentice Storm. Boy, you just have wand options, don't you? Cook up some more of these. Keep the commerce train going. Frost Barrier. I'll take it. And does your listing still end at night? It does. So you still have levitation, which I can't afford. Which means I can't mark you as black and write you off. Anyway. Onward to more wizard nonsense. You know what else I could be holding? I don't have it. I had that resonator that could search for fluids under the bedrock layer, and I left it home. Oh, Condenser Wizard's pretty close by. But so is this Desert Temple, which, haven't seen very many of those. So let me just drop in and say hello. Emerald, sand, loot bags. String, that's iron. I can use that. Just immediately send everything straight home. More loot bags. Gunpowder, iron, string. Don't mind the book. Scrolls of Ice Ball. Might hold on to those just to play around with them. Healer Boots. A grand magic crystal. I think the Healer Boots can stay. You never can seem to sell them. I don't know what this means. Oh, the Grand Magic Crystal fills durability. Does it just count as a regular Magic Crystal and does nothing else that's particularly special? I'm seeing it restore durability on Mage Armor. There's a lot of those recipes. And it can be used to make scrolls. So I'm seeing no special crafts for Grand Magic Crystals that a basic Magic Crystal can't already do. I see. Base crystals can be turned into elemental crystals by using spectral dust from the pylons. And there's the special crystals that have other uses. That ward book is on our to sell list. Why didn't I take these? Anyway, that's the whole loot list. Now let's hop our way out and continue on with the day's task. Which was more wizard business. Is this jungle closer than the jungle that we visited before? Or is it the same jungle? Oh, there's also my wizard teleport over here. Okay, so... Oh, and we're approaching this silly ridge. This is the jungle we went to before. Okay, so in light of noticing our teleporter, new plan, we're not walking that way. We're going over here to... Not that one either. Condenser Wizard. Didn't I also see Dura Wizard, or was that someone else? That was way over there in the not going there section. So yeah, new plan. Hit the closest wizard. Then that one. Then go home. And then teleport over to those guys. Huh. What is Ethereum doing here? This is not the normal biome for this. More Ethereum over there. I'm not that hung up on collecting it. Back when going that deep into Embers looked like a good idea, I was okay with going out of my way to collect it, but now it's just, if it's in the way, I'll grab some. But it's no longer such a huge deal. Mind Fantasy simply outclasses it. Raid, zombie. These guys, we've got the condenser upgrades, and I can afford plenty of them. Yeah, I'll just buy you out. Melee upgrade, don't care. Oops, give me those. And that is the only reason to visit you. So, bought some condensers. Now going southwest to that wizard and home. As the sun rises. Oh. Did I send all my gold home? Is that why I suddenly have no gold? Did I stick it in the go home chest? It was only like 12 golds, and we're going to Old Wizard, so I don't expect I'll need it. Here's a completed labyrinth with my white marker on it. And that is a golem cell, with the golem barely visible in it. Ancient Crucible. That should not have worked, but it did. Your trade should be fully expanded as well. One of the Ice Mage. I should honestly buy this wand. And completely ignore Wand of the Pyromancer that I already have. You can have this. And yeah, that's the end of your trades. So I need to bring more gold. Because I want that Ice Mage wand. I'm going to call this Wizard again. Make him bright cyan for ice. Now we continue home. Watch for an eclipse overhead. And use our stellar teleporter to go to Wizard Village. That's another. I don't think I've been in and looted this one. There could be gold in here. Yeah, beasties. Yeah, yeah. Ow. Alright, some dead, some converted into blocks. All no longer a problem. Detonate, I just bought that. Frost barrier, I just bought that one too. Crap. It's noon, I have to check for an eclipse immediately. Looks awfully bright out here, though. Nope, no eclipse. Jewels, sand, loot bags. I don't need the saddle. Scroll, unknown. 5 of them. I don't think that's what the spell is supposed to do. Wow. When it said far away, it wasn't kidding. I used to be over here. Now I'm honestly closer to Wizard Village than to home. And the rest of that Crucible site remains unlooted. Oh. Did I know about this wizard? Oh, yes. This is the original labyrinth. The one that I originally marked as bookshelves. So this wizard is just dead. Well. Actually, I can't do that. I was going to say, time to find out if Detonate can destroy blocks. But my Fire Wand with Detonate in it doesn't have any mana in it. And that tower also doesn't have an Arcane Workbench, because I stole it for my own. So I can't even recharge my wand from here. Home. 1250. I can't even hunt for slime in this swamp, because my Lucerna ritual is too big. Lots of clay down there. But I think I already collected a ton of clay. Oh. I'm honestly very surprised I didn't loot the bookshelves off of this thing. Or even check it for bookshelves. What the heck? All these are old spells. I have them already. Ooh, that one's new. More bookcases for the home library. Huh. Kind of surprised I left that door open. You are not buying books. Apprentice Sorcerer. You used to be a wizard! Exclamation. You have the blast upgrade. You must be where I got it. And you aren't marked as such. And range. Unfortunately, you're demanding gold for both, and I don't have any of that. And you're not buying spells, so I can't give you these pieces of garbage. So this guy is just a big mess. But I can replace Invigorating Presence with the Unknown. And see if we can't identify that. Oh yeah. And we've seen this guy for the day. That leaves Wizard Durability. And that wizard is closer to me than it is to home. I know what this wand is. Or what this spell is. It was subtle, so I don't know if you heard it. But it made a crackling fire noise. Which means it's the Furnace spell. Unfortunately, that should have identified it, but didn't. Not sure why. So I guess I'm going to have to throw a scroll of Identify at this one. Oh yes, the local necromancer. I'm pretty sure this guy's trades are fully unlocked. And his duration upgrade also wants gold. So there's really nothing further we can do with this man. That leaves me with this wizard 600 meters away, which is inconveniently right between me and home. I think this one down here doesn't have a dot because he's a black wizard. We marked him with a black dot to indicate he has nothing further to sell. Boom. I do have this lovely Enderman spawner here, and what is this? Did I place that? I mean, I might have. These guys might have. Not really sure what that's about. Where did I get that? If I just had that? I think one of the Endermen dropped that book. I mean, it's literally an Enderman spawner. You're not going to find a better way to farm Ender Pearls. At least not in the overworld. Especially with that Lucerna ritual running, and banning all other mobs from existing. I'm actually going to have to take a minute. I will be back shortly. As I'm fond of saying, some things refuse to wait. Back soon. Alright, and we're back, continuing our nice peaceful walk to the last wizard. Yeah, pardon me. A completed labyrinth over there. I'm beginning to wonder if I should have another marker code for whether or not a labyrinth has been completely pillaged. As in, no more bronze and iron to steal. Those bronze and iron hunks are useful. Now, do you have anything I forgot to label? You have a spell that I can't afford because to meet a goal, I always visit you last. Make that 2 spells. 3 spells. 4 spells. You just demand a lot of gold, don't you? And now you aren't buying spellbooks anymore. But you have nothing I want to buy, or even could buy, to reset your trades. Man, this guy. This guy is really pushing the edge of what it means to be a useful wizard. Now we head home. Still needing much more gold. But having acquired an upgraded wand. Is this guy on my list? Wait. Yes, that's where I just came from. I don't know how I just got that turned around. Oof. Use the sling rod a bit more for speed. These 2 rods just go really well together. What the heck? Oh. Did I know about that one? I don't think I knew about this one. Let's see if I accidentally teleport myself into another time zone again. Another unknown spell. And telekinesis, which is for sale. A scroll of ID. Well, that scroll of ID allows me to identify the forge spell here. Yeah, pocket furnace. Oh, that's 2 telekinesis books. I mean, they're marked for sale, but I have no one left to sell them to. That part of the journey is ended. Although I do now get to see what Flaming Weapon does. Fire Imbuement 1. Okay. I suppose. I bet it's temporary, too. Or I could just keep... Oh, I can't cast it anymore. Because the weapon already has Fire Imbuement and can't accept another one. Clever. Another unknown spell. Let me try and cast this one again. But we'll do so after I loot the last chest. Because if it teleports me again, I don't want to be missing a chest worth of loot. Magic missile. Magic crystals aren't bad. I guess I just send all this stuff back now. And scroll. Where am I now? Looks like near one of my old mining sites. And decently close to home. Whoa, summon Spectral Golem. That's why it kept failing. It's a master spell. Unfortunately, I have no idea where I am. Other than sad and in a hole. The good news is I'm fairly close to home. The bad news is I'm so far underground. And I need to identify whether there is an eclipse. Because it's close to noon. Hello. Hello, Spider Dungeon. Another scroll of ID could be useful. You know what? I'm gonna let those. I just spun myself completely around. I'm gonna let those spiders live. I keep looking at the niter deposits, hoping one of them will be borax, but nothing doing. Alright, what's my fastest way to the surface? Apparently to try and reach this treasure shrine, or this what looks like an old mine shaft of mine. Oh, and now I know why the failure consequence was. I was trying to identify that spell. Now I know why the consequence of failure was specifically getting teleported miles and miles away. It's because it was a mastery level sorcery spell. Sorcery, the green element, deals in teleportation, so the fact that I was being teleported should have clued me into the spell school. Alright, in a hurry, coming through. Yeesh, look at all this sulfur. Come to think of it, you know what I haven't seen even one of? Ember's sulfur. I've been finding lots of Mind Fantasy sulfur, but Ember's sulfur is a somewhat different beast. It's got a bulb on top of the block, and it periodically vents sulfur gas, which does very little damage to players, but does a lot of damage to armor. And it's an ingredient in the armor-destroying Iter. The Ember's Corrosive Club. Come on, stamina, let me do this. I'm kind of on a timer here. We're getting closer, though. Definitely getting closer. It is funny that I got teleported by failing to understand the scroll. And then I understood the scroll when it could can no longer use it to teleport. And ended up here. With drilling over here into one of my old tunnels being the fastest way home. Funny how things turn out sometimes. Oh no. Rain. Rain means even if Orologium was in the sky, I wouldn't be able to see it. The rain just stopped. To the observatory. There it is. Time. Midnight. Plenty. I have 2 attunements to make immediately. These 2. And give me my focusing thing I want. Domic mode, yes. You give me Orologium. We have to do this now. Because if I miss it now, I'm going to be out of luck for a month. There you go, have one. Here's the other. What? Picking up good vibrations? What? What does that even mean? I've done that. I've done that several times. I've also done this. Why am I only getting the achievement now? Oh well. We finally got Orologium. And 3 unknown spells to test. I'll deal with this Pyromancer wand in a minute. All this stuff is extras. Right? Yeah, that makes that 3, which is no good. 2 and 2, can't have that. So we have spare spells for sale. And all these spell scrolls should probably also go in here. These are oak bookshelves, so same type I was already using. Iron stuff going in the breakdown box. Why didn't I put these scrolls in here? There's all this. That's why I probably didn't put scrolls in here, because they don't fit very well. I guess I'll just stick them up here where books aren't going for simplicity. Okay, improved fire wand. Attunement brings you to 6 possible spells. That's not good. Maybe one of them stacked over here? I think shift clicking this in here made one of my condenser upgrades vanish. Anyway, condenser, duration, do I care about duration? We're applying duration. Another couple condensers. That'll keep its mana supply up. I have, oddly, a lot of buffs, and still not a whole lot of fire-based spells. Let's see, Firebomb detonates Smoke Bomb. I still gotta identify some of these. They are sorted by element, though, which kind of gives away what element these are. Earth, mostly. Put Clairvoyance on, because Clairvoyance was just cool. Spectral Pathway? What do you do? Oh yeah, and we need heal. Oh boy. And we have an advanced, unknown healing type spell. Light spell. So we have some mysteries to solve. Spectral Pathway. Creates a 15-block long bridge in front of you. No thanks, the Avitas wand does better. Now I have my Orologium crystal. It goes right in there. And accelerates time in the vicinity. What is the vicinity? It looks like a decently small vicinity. Kind of ends right here. That's an okay radius. I do think I want it even smaller, though. Unfortunately, there's an option for that. Drawing in your resources, increased focus. I think I know what that means now. This is the corruption one. Gaelu is weakens but wide. Vorux more illumination but invites the following darkness all the faster. So what I think this means, Alteria, drawing in your resources increases focus. I think this is reduced radius, increased power. So I want these sub-attuned to Alteria. Or do I? What if the radius reduction is too great? I could end up ruining the crystals, which would ruin them for another month. So that was Ulteria. I'm gonna risk it. Unfortunately, it is daytime, meaning there is not much I can do right now. And someone needs to explain to me how my sheep keep dying. Because I just don't get it. It's just a solid block box in here. They have grass to eat, not that they need to eat. But they just keep dying randomly. It's weird and very frustrating. Anyway, I have spells to test. Like this one. And these two. Okay. I am going to have to read up on what this does, because I have no idea what this does. Ooh, and a sigil spell. That's kind of dangerous and useless for right here. Sigil spells are neat. They're arcane mines, basically. Ooh. Neat. This could be useful in fighting wizards. We found some good ones. But what the heck does Sixth Sense do? Sense the locations of nearby creatures even through walls. Well, so it does. Our animals have dots. That's kind of cool, actually. Could be useful in finding monsters, through walls. When you can hear the growling, you know there's a spawner, but you don't know where it is. I kind of like Force Field to stay on here. And my previous wand doesn't really have anything I need. So you just go in storage. Now we shipped a lot of stuff home that should have gone into overflow boxes. Here they are. Loot, and loot, and loot. That's a type of stone. But our blocks chest is mysteriously full. I mean, this one block of polished diorite can come with us. Crystals, more jewels that I don't expect to need. Ore blocks, TNT can stay in here. The jewels, I've kind of just taken to storing them here. Add to our crystal collection. As for ores, I guess just keep like one of each just in case I make the ore hunting mantle. Oh good, it's dark. We can hold off on the ore nonsense. It's time to make a play for Alteria. Which may or may not be in the sky. Faints are always a crapshoot. But we got lucky. There. 2 Orologium Alteria crystals. Oh, that is so much smaller. It's only a 2-block radius tops. That is, wow. Wow. I might have ruined it. Then again, maybe not. There is still a chance that I could make it Vorux instead. So this is knowledge that I've gained from watching someone else's YouTube on this mod. The Alteria attunement is, as stated, reduced radius, increased power, greatly increased power. Gaelu is reduced power, increased radius. Vorux is increased power and radius, but not as much as either of the specialty crystals. That's not good. It's not attuning. I cannot replace its trait attunement. This crystal is now permanently wrecked. Well, maybe not totally wrecked. Maybe not totally wrecked. Because I'm making this presumption before feeding it a power boost. Maybe feeding it from a collector crystal will increase its power radius back to useful levels. Oh yeah, I have to make it a collector crystal. I forgot that step. Not here. This chapter. 4 Rezo Gems. And 2 each of Illuminating and Stardust. Not the observatory. Going up to... where is the... There's my text. Hello? Take me to the Astral Altar. There we go. Still being very finicky. I am foolish. I'm short 4 of each of those. That's okay though. I'm not exactly pressed for time anymore. Because my existing collector crystal is overcharging the altar. So I could do this craft day or night. Good thing too. Because we're out of night. What is happening there? Why do I have a dropped crystal over here? Hello? Explain yourself. How did you get broken? How long have you been dropped? Something fishy going on here. Okay, so Domic Resonator gives us Ritual Radius, which it can do in the daylight. Radius is very small. Very small. Collector crystal. Link to the ritual. Radius. Did it get smaller? No, it may have gotten slightly larger. Lenses and pillars. Loop that back in. Loop that back in. Where's the next beam? Oh, there it is. Number 4. And number 5. How's that radius looking now? The same. Okay. Well, next step. Ritual anchor. 9, 7, 9. So 9, 8, 7, 6. No, 7, because this is 9. 7, 6, 5, 4. So I need a 4-block gap, and then the anchor. Two, 3, 4, anchor. Kind of broke the ritual for a second there. And now it is correctly beaming its power up there. And where am I taking this anchor? In here, into the crystal farm. Right there. Link. To here. Okay, it's got enough radius to affect these. That should make things entertaining when I flick this lever. Oh yeah, that's going in overdrive. To the point where it doesn't even work. Because the water bursts which apparently have 2 HP. But the water bursts are colliding with each other. So the time crystal is so overtuned and overcharged that it's breaking the setup. Well, I still want to know if it works. With these. If it doesn't work on helping these crystals to grow, then the entire project was wasted. And I see no evidence of this process being accelerated by the ritual. Well, that's okay. They're not completely sunk yet. Give me that. There's still somewhere we can put this. Now we're boosting the starlight production. And piping, apparently. And it looks like we're also boosting the crucible. But, not the rest of the blast furnace. Oh well. I will happily boost my starlight production. And worry about the blast furnace another time. If I need to make more steel or more blast furnace nonsense, then I'll move it. It's also not reaching the furnace, which is good, I think. Such a shame it didn't accelerate crystal farming. I was really counting on that. I could also accelerate these things. That might be interesting. But I'd also then not want to accelerate my kitchen gear. Actually, accelerating the quern could be good. Wow. Good amount of strong flux. The records are useless. But exquisite loot, living up to its name. A dozen regular loot. Mainly a bunch of nonsense. And valuable. Gives us a little gold. And not a whole lot else. I can only fit one more sweeping edge on here. Now, let's keep some promises. And go nether hunting. Wait, I actually can't do that yet. I need to make the coke. Strong flux, coal, redstone. It's awful. It is really, really awful. Mostly because of the mostly because of the strong flux expenditure. But the rest isn't exactly a welcome loss either. And this recipe only makes 1 per. If this made 2 each, it'd be worth it. Actually, no, it still kind of wouldn't. This recipe would have to make at least 3 prepared coal to break even on the fuel expense. And that doesn't take into account the redstone and flux expense. even having, replenishing ores, it's not worth it. Because I've never seen borax, I've never seen strong flux produced by my infinite ores perk. If I had a way to reliably make strong flux renewable, maybe. Or better yet, if strong flux wasn't an ingredient at all in the prepared coal. Even if you could use regular flux. Oh, but then you only get one already, so you can't use regular flux to get less. It's just a bad recipe. There's no gentle way to put it. There's not enough benefit to coal coke to ever justify making it. Even in the cases where it's required. Which basically means the cog works soon. Because for everything else, you can use substitutes. What? That's not right at all. I think for my next trick, after we go dragon hunting, I'm just going to go absolutely mad. Farm up some more celestial crystals. And make an extremely overtuned Mineralis ritual. That'll be neat. And then I'll connect the Orologium ritual to it to make it run even faster. And it'll just instantly turn a massive radiant stone into valuable ores everywhere. It'll be ridiculous. But first, I gotta take my fuel supply here. And go cause some dragon problems. Whoa, hi. force field might actually be useful for that too. Alright, so we close ourselves in here, strip the armor off. I never did bring a repair kit. I also didn't bring a spanner, so... Oh, Ash Dragon right off the bat. I don't see it, though. You know what? Avatos Wand and this thing. Truly a match made here in the Abyss. Really? 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 I have no idea what set off the pigs, but here we are. Must have been you. Young Red. No sign of this dragon either. Oh. Now you got a party. Oh. And now we've crashed. Exception ticking world. Well, that tells me nothing about what happened. Less than, in fact. So I guess we just attempt to reboot. I mean, what else am I gonna do? I didn't do anything wrong. All I'm trying to do here is hunt dragons. This place was wall-to-wall dragons when I wasn't prepared for them. Now that I am, I guess we just can't have any. And ghasts want to crash the game. I'm not in my armor. Don't set my armor on fire. Missed. There. Got it. But it was way over the lava. Unfortunate, but I wasn't going to do any better. I'm also kind of curious as to whether this thing can catch fire. Nope. You got another... I know it's hard to see through the visor, but there's another Pigman Minotaur party going on over there. Very energetic. Looks like these are the winners, still itching for a fight. Unfortunately for them, I hit harder than their previous adversaries did. These guys are having mad noises because there's another Minotaur over here causing problems. I'm not here for you idiots. Nice try. He definitely startled me. Of course, then I punched him a week away. Another ash dragon threat, but no sign of the creature. This is irritating. Very irritating. I came in here to hunt dragons, and possibly also pigmen. But the dragons just aren't happening. At least not in a way that I can fight. And the pigmen aren't dropping gold like they're supposed to. Red dragon. Is this one real? Or is this just other phantom health bar somewhere? I can only conclude phantom health bar. It's gone now. Mature red dragon. Again, where is it? Okay. Detonate spell does not destroy blocks. Definitely disappointed by that. Force field spell. Not compatible with wearing a suit. Great. Everything about my strategy here is not working. My only useful spell at this moment is Smoke Bomb, which I could use to reset Pigman aggro. Maybe. Huh. Where'd I get that? Somehow a dragon heart happened, and I never killed the dragon. Well, today's expedition has been a bit of a bust. I set out specifically to hunt ghasts and dragons. And the game just said, nah. Oh, they're having a tantrum again. I'm just going to go exploring in directions that weren't previously legal. Surely by making myself extremely vulnerable to dragon attack, one will happen. This is of course insanely risky. Oh look, it's one of the very dragons themselves. And it's fighting a minotaur. Okay, but why though? It's getting beaten by the minotaur. Excuse me, you? You are stealing my kill. Where'd my dragon go? Did it just die in the lava? How? Okay, Avitas won't create a block on a lava source, so I can't blot up lava that way. An interesting attempt. Shame it didn't work. I'll just block all this up the old-fashioned way and probably get attacked. Hello? I remembered. I took the block out of my offhand. More dragon health bars, but no dragons. Why must they mock me so? Well, the only option I can see remaining is even more stupidly dangerous than what I'm already doing. And that would be to go home, make some nocturnal powder, and see if I can use that to spawn dragons and ghasts. It would not be an exaggeration to call this peak bad idea. Oh no. Oh no. I really thought that I could reactivate my platform thing. I've done that before. I have reduced altitude that way before. But this time it just decided not to kick in again and let me fall all the way into the fire, where I, shockingly enough, proceeded to take no damage from being in lava, even for that long. Alright then, let's try and create a dragon incident. I definitely need a different sort of attack spell. Especially since Force Field doesn't do what I want it to. Frost Ray could. I wonder if I can get Sixth Sense to work. To show me what I want to know. Withering Totem. What does that do? An unknown advanced spell. Why haven't I tested this one yet? Summons a Withering Totem which drains nearby creatures' health and then explodes, dealing more damage the more health it drained. Curious, but I can't see it worth using. What are you doing in here? Of all the places you are not allowed to be. And it's standing in my armor. Stop that. How much did it just make me damage my own armor? Two hearts worth. This is gonna have to be fixed soon. Yeah? You wanna fight? I'm wearing a tank. You are nothing. Okay. Let's see what kind of disaster this conjures. Well, it has conjured a dragon. Come on down. Come on down so I can halberd you. Thank you. Don't know where the lightning guy came from. But the hilariously good news is that the Nocturnal Powder can conjure dragons. So let's see what else I can do with this information. Do we get another one? Oh, there was a ghast. That's a good one. Which we slapped and got some ghast tears. I need to do this inside an enclosed space. A large enclosed space. I mean, this is kind of that. Whatever I conjure here will not be able to fly away. A wizard? What? Also a ash dragon. Haha. Wizards can't really use their disabling spells if I'm in a giant suit of armor. What the? He just dropped a wand that I bought a while back. What a pain. Alright, next batch. Only 2 creatures, one of which was a ghast, though, which dropped no tears. And we're crashing again. Same ticking world error. Same, I don't possibly know what that could have been. Well, I think the important takeaway here is that pretty much everything has gone according to plan. I did the main thing that I wanted to do, which is to finally attune an Orologium crystal. But other than that, there's not really anywhere to go from here. I could probably go for top tier metals, like the end game fantasy metals, but why? I could go into Embers, but again, why? I mean, it's technically interesting, but Mind Fantasy makes it more frustrating than it already is, and has taken all the power out of it. So, we are again faced with why? I think, therefore, that this is going to be the end of our Minecraft run, for now. Mind Fantasy has been adequately showcased. Embers hasn't been. I'll have to find another way, another pack to show off Embers. But that, I think, will also do it for the day. I mean, 2 crashes isn't ordinarily my limit, but 2 unexplained crashes is something else entirely. So, with that in mind, I will see you next time. Could be tomorrow, could be Sunday. I don't actually know if I'll take my traditional break in light of Thanksgiving. But we'll see what the schedule has in store.